I'm Heather Erickson, Department Chair of the School Counseling Team at Newport High School. I'm also a parent in this district, as I have two sons who went through and graduated from Bellevue School District schools. For 16 years, I have counseled students, such as yours, through personal challenges. When one of my sons turned 11, I suddenly found myself on the other side of the desk and very afraid of how I would help my own child suffering from a mental health crisis. My son was scared, I was scared. Because of family history, I had expected and even dreaded this moment, still it was a surprise. My child was wrapped in depression, anxiety, and fear, and yet the warning signs escaped me. We started down the path of doctor's appointments, medication decisions, counseling, changes at home. It was a daunting and frightening time. Today it is likely that my son and his peers would have received the help they needed much earlier because the Bellevue School District has made student mental health a priority. Thanks to a grant from the Bellevue Schools Foundation, we now have 2 programs in place to educate and screen students so those who are struggling can get the help they need sooner. Let me briefly tell you about them. First is the Mhat Program. The Mental Health Assistance Team is a group of counselors specifically trained to work in a school setting. They work with at-risk students and their families and are on call for crisis response. Often, school staff are the first to know if a student is suicidal, depressed, or suffering from crippling anxiety. Now, thanks to funding from the Bellevue Schools Foundation, we're able to do mental health screenings and risk assessments for all 7th and 10th graders, allowing us to intervene earlier. Our Mhat team interprets screening questions immediately to identify students in need. Here is a sobering fact. Every time we perform a screening, we identify at least one student previously not on our radar who needs immediate intervention to prevent self-harm. It may seem strange, but this is a good thing. It means we're able to help a student in need before they harm themselves. From the moment a problem is detected, the Mhat counselor works with the high school counselor, the student, family, and outside professionals as necessary to give the student the treatment they need. Signs of Suicide is the other critical program we now have in place as part of our early intervention effort. The road to suicide is a stair-step process. Students don't intentionally harm themselves without thinking about it in incremental steps. Unfortunately, it is often difficult to see these steps before self-harm is attempted. Signs of Suicide, or SOS, is a special curriculum given to all 10th grade students that teaches kids how to recognize the signs in themselves and in their peers. As importantly, it is a way to destigmatize mental health issues and increase awareness of the special challenges students may face in reaction to academic pressure, social media, and fears about the future. Depression and anxiety become part of the lexicon instead of hidden and shameful feelings. Signs of Suicide is now part of the curriculum because of funding from the Bellevue Schools Foundation. Because of my personal experience, I know what parents are feeling when I break the news to them that their child is struggling with anxiety or depression. Because it wasn't that long ago, I was that parent. I sometimes wonder how much suffering my son and his friends would have been saved if Mhat and SOS were in place when he was a student. Because of these programs, we're able to help more students and their families earlier, increasing our chances for a positive outcome. The Mhat team will always pivot quickly to help students in crisis, but our goal is to reach all students before a crisis sets in. Just like educating our students is a team effort between the school district, students, and their families, so is protecting their mental health. Our partnership with the Bellevue Schools Foundation gives us the resources needed to bring vital programs such as SOS and Mhat to our students, thus strengthening our community and keeping all of our children safe.